Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It has been a while since I've sat down here and done a video, so I thought, you know what? Let's sit down and have a video here. And that includes including a creepy doll in the background. Anyways, guys, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Mine has been quite interesting, filled with a lot of highs and lows so far, a lot of thinking that I've been doing, a lot of processing things, and just trying to, focus on myself. I have a lot of schooling still left to do. Well, okay, not a lot of schooling. That's not completely true. I am almost done my schooling, but then I have an exam, and then I have a few other courses that I'm going to be taking. And in between times, I'm doing some reading, so that's exciting. But honestly, I think one of the main things that I've been wanting to kind of focus a little bit of my energy is deciding some important stuff in my life. And that is, people that how should I put this? If you've outgrown somebody and outgrown situations, for me, I am, rebuilding a new part of myself that I kind of lost along the way. Like, I had a vision of running a business one day, and yes, I didn't know exactly which business it was going to be, but I always wanted to do something that I always wanted to do, but I put it on the back burner for multiple reasons. And now that I'm focusing on, getting a business degree and all of that, it has me kind of refocusing on, certain things in my life. And certain people have, there was a lot of stuff that happened in the past few weeks that it's just, it just makes me think about a lot of different things and a lot of different situations and stuff, and how, I have maybe perhaps outgrown people in my life that I haven't thought about, that I haven't, really put much effort into this. Like, people fade in and out of your life sometimes, and you lose communication with those people. And then, those people that are in your life, and then you realize that, yes, they were with you for a period in your life, and then you've outgrown them. And that's okay. You want different things in life. You're different people. And yeah, it sucks and it's frustrating sometimes, but you have to kind of put your energy in towards, moving forward and not feeling like you've been stuck. And having gone through what I have gone through in the past few weeks has made me kind of really think about that. I am, kind of an outgoing person of, like, I want things in life. I want to accomplish things in life. And then there's certain people in my life that don't want that. They don't really do much with their life. They're not outgoing, which is fine. Like, you don't have to be an outgoing person. It's just like there's no motivation in their life to do anything. And then there's some people in my life that are really motivated like me, and they want to accomplish things, and, they want to better themselves. And it's kind of like this seesaw effect of people that, they don't want to do anything with their life, or they think that the world hates them and they don't want to do anything about it. And you have the opposite of people that are outgoing, and that, yeah, situations have sucked for them. They've been through some shit, but they're willing to work through it and, figure out what will work best for them and then continue on, And those are the type of people I want to grow with. However, I do realize that, of course, not everybody's going to be like that, that, every situation is different, and, there are different personalities out there. So the people that are less outgoing and less motivated in life, yeah, sure, you can have them in your life. it's just the whole factor is of how much you want them in your life now. And what I mean by this is, like, you don't want to spend all your energy kind of feeling stuck and going about life to fit their needs and stuff. That you kind of want to do what you want to do, be as motivated and stuff. But yes, still have those people in your life, but the quantity as, do you want those people, just sometimes in your life, or do you want them there all the time? And then, you have to have that kind of serious conversation of like, okay, what do you want in life? Where do you want to go in life, Do you see yourself with that person, like either, in a relationship or friendship or whatnot? And are they willing to put in the work to, do what motivates them? But the whole thing is, if, they haven't found what motivates them yet, or they just don't really give two hoots, it kind of, drains your energy because you're focused all on them and taking care of them and making sure, they're all cool and stuff. And then you kind of forget about yourself. And, and that kind of starts showing, like, when people, you thought that they were really good friends and stuff, and then it's just like when you talk to them, it's literally always about them. Like, even if they ask you, like, oh, are you okay? And then it's just like, you try saying something, and then it's just like they just tell you how you're supposed to feel and what you're supposed to do in a situation like that. They don't really want to hear you out, and then they just always talk about themselves. It just snowballs into the fact of always talking about them because they think their life is terrible, that their life sucks, that there's no meaning to it, that they don't see themselves going anywhere, and boo-hoo, the world hates them and stuff. And I know how cold that sounds, but it's like, if you really don't want to do anything to move forward in your life, it's like, yeah, you want to be there for those people, you want to be there the best way to support them that you can, but also you don't want to lose yourself and lose what you want in life and your goals and, what you want to achieve and stuff. It's kind of finding that balance. So yeah, you can outgrow people. And even though you outgrow people, you can still have them in your life, just not as much as you thought that they would be, if that makes sense. And, that's what I've been finding out. That's what I've been thinking about, and kind of putting my feels out of, like, situations that, you really want to be involved in or you don't want to be involved in. And, it's taken me a long time to kind of get to that point where I've grown a set of balls. Because I don't have balls, but, I'm doing that. To kind of be like, you know what? You're either on this train or you're not on this train. Like I said, I love being there and supporting people and hearing about their stories and helping them. And this is what I find, that, yeah, there's a lot of people out there that complain and shit. And, they do have that self-pity, moment and stuff. But they want to, better themselves. They want to go. They don't take no for an answer. They find a way out of whatever they're going through. Even if they're still feeling it at some points, that's okay. Life is not always perfect. But they're motivated to do something, anything, even if it's just to get out of bed. That's motivation to move forward. They don't, yes, you can feel stuck, but are you willing to get unstuck is the thing. Even if it doesn't feel like there's no way out of it, reaching out and asking for help, that's cool, and that's growth, and that's there. But if you're literally just not motivated to do anything, it's like, you know what, maybe it's time to reach out for some help, maybe wider help, cast that net further, and because it is draining. You know, I've realized I have put things on hold just to sometimes cater to some people. And, you know, I kind of lost myself there in a way. Like, I knew, like, I wanted to accomplish this goal, and I knew it was going to take a lot of work. And yes, you know, there are going to be certain people that are going to be iffy and weary in my life. That's okay. But the one conversation that I was having with actually my brother was like, you know, you can't do this for anybody, you know, but yourself. You have to want it to own a business, to do that. You know, it's not to get back at anybody. You have to want to do it for yourself. And for a second there, I didn't understand what that meant. And then, you know, I've been thinking about it for a few weeks now, and I get what he's saying. You know, some people do it to spite people. They want to prove a point that they can do it. And for me, you know, if you asked me 10 years ago, yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have done it to spite somebody. But for me, this isn't about spiting anybody. This isn't about getting back at anybody. This isn't about proving a point to anybody. This is just something I enjoy and something that I'm passionate about. Yes, I've gone to a few colleges. Yes, I have gotten, you know, a degree not in this, but I'm going to get a degree in this. And I'm going to have multiple certificates and graduations from colleges, but that doesn't mean, you know, I lost my way or I couldn't make up my way. It was just that my path changed. You know, things in my life changed, and I wanted to change with it. I didn't want to feel stuck. And yes, it has taken me a while to figure this out. You know, I used to get so angry and frustrated about, you know, not understanding growth, that it was okay to grow, it was okay to change. And yes, it can be scary, you know, growth in like growing out of relationships with people or growing into a path, you know, and getting back onto that question or statement that, you know, I'm not doing this for anybody but myself. It's something I want to do, something I want to focus on, something I want to put my energy into. And, you know, it is going to be frustrating when, you know, you will you will get a certain place in time when doing a certain thing, and, you know, people won't be a part of it until you reach that goal, because they wanted to see you put effort into something. Not that you haven't put effort into anything in your life before. It's just that it's weird because for me, I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody, but yet people want you to prove something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how crazy that sounds. It's just like, you know, to fit into certain boxes for people, you have to prove something to them. And you might not even like be like realizing that you're doing it, but it's just what people's realistic expectations are, you know? And it can be frustrating sometimes because people don't reach that journey with you, you know, that you want them along with the journey with until you reach a certain point. But you wanted them there from day one. But they don't want to be there until you've grown a certain state, which is, it's sad because it's just like, well, then they're jumping midway in and they haven't grown with you. You know, they're just kind of like, oh, we're here now. We're kind of like proud of you, you know, because you've gotten this far. Like, you know, you're proving to us that you can accomplish something. And to me, that just rubs me the wrong way because, again, like, I've accomplished things in my life, you know, again, that weren't up to people's standards, which is like, whatever, you know, it is frustrating and stuff. And then, yeah, there was a point in my life where, like, you know, I wanted to please everybody. I wanted to be this image, and I didn't grow as a person, you know. But now that I'm growing as a person and I'm figuring all this out, and there's like a million things to do, but that's all the part of growth. You know, I am going to have some real shitty days. I understand that. And I'm going to have some really amazing days. And I'm going to have some confusing days. And there'll be days where I'm probably crying in a corner saying, why the did I do this, right? But that's all a part of the growth and the journey. And I just wish certain people would be there with me for the journey. And I know that they're not going to be there until maybe I'm at the finish line or I'm midway through or there's certain check marks that they want me to meet. And, you know, that's on them. That's not on me. I'm not trying to, you know, prove anything to anybody. This is my personal growth. And if you don't want to grow with me and grow with my journey, then, you know, that does make me sad. But I can't control people's, you know, minds and actions. Like, ugh, who would want to do that? But yeah, it is going to be an intense journey and a lot of growth, and I'm excited for this growth. You know, I'm going to learn a lot about myself, and I am going to learn a lot about people that are with me in this. And I am going to weed out the ones that don't really want to be part of this journey. And it's gonna suck. You know, that's gonna be the hardest part, I think, is learning who's really in this with me, you know, who really wants to grow with me. And not just come in at the finish line and give me a pat on the back, you know? And I am barely scratching the surface on this, guys. I have a long way to go. But it's all about the growth. And I am very, very excited for this growth. Anyways, guys, that is my spiel. There we go. For today. And oh my gosh, we are under 20 minutes again. I think this has been maybe the second video in like 2 weeks, and I apologize, but you know, there's a lot to say. And a lot of kind of like trying to make sense of what I'm saying, I guess. I don't know. But guys, I am loving the messages that I'm getting and the conversations that I can have with all of you. And I'm just super excited that you guys are trusting me enough to talk with me, you know, and you have those open communications and be silly and stuff. And I appreciate all the love and support that I'm getting from you guys. You know, I know the comments are iffy on here. You know, some days they're off, some days they're on. But I love that you guys are reaching out and communicating other ways. And I'm just super excited that I'm able to communicate with and connect with so many humans out there. I know that kind of sounds weird, but, you know, I'm very, very thankful for all of you guys. Anyways, remember, never give up, always keep fighting, you're enough, and you're very much loved. Until the next video, guys, I love you guys.